Thank you guys for all the participants who registered for the session. Today we're gonna discuss more about how to build future media platforms like OTT, VOD, streaming platform as such on AWS. By using AWS, how you can utilize cloud more in perspective with cost optimization and efficiency and other areas. So today's session is going to be more of a technical session, and Anwar Bhai is going to give some demonstration about the hands-on stuff. And he is a very a very uprising star of BrainStation 23. So Anwar Bhai is a certified solution architect of AWS, and he's our lead engineer at BrainStation 23. So he's also very enthusiastic about backend development, and DevOps is some area he likes to work on. And already Anwar Bhai has been working with different projects like using serverless, then media streaming projects. Then he has done infrastructure review, like well architected review, and different cloud security measures are also well, experienced guy from Registration to Entry. So I think I'll just uh, hand over the mic to Anwar Bhai to continue the session today. But before that, just a quick declaration that BrainStation 23 is now the only advanced partner in Bangladesh, and also we are advanced partner in 6 other countries right at this moment, including Bangladesh. And we have been the certified well architect reviewer by AWS, and we have also um, been completed few other service delivery programs of AWS. So um, after this session, if you guys are looking forward to some consultancy services or managed services or any other areas you want to discuss with us, feel free to unmute and just hop in. So without further ado, let me just quickly request Anwar Bhai to start his session. So Anwar Bhai, over to you. Thank you so much. Enjoy, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Dishapu. Uh, Thank you for introducing me. So, yeah, hello guys. Welcome to today's AWS webinar. Let me share my screen. Can you guys hear me properly?
Yes,
Yes,
Bhaiya,
bhai, we can
loud
hear
and
you
clear.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I hope you can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, is it visible now?
Yeah, Bhaiya.
Thank you. So hello, welcome to today's AWS webinar. So this will be a technical session where we'll discuss and see how to build the OTT platform in AWS in a serverless way. So as you can see, is today's session is title is like build the future media, especially the OTT with AWS. So I'll conduct today's session, and this is Anowar Hossain, working as a lead engineer and solution architect in Brain Station 23. Uh, so already Tishapu said about me. So especially working on mainly focused in backend technologies and cloud and serverless as well. So let me turn off my camera and I can concentrate on my screen. Okay, so today's agenda. So today we'll mainly discuss about the OTT, what is OTT and how it works, how actually a VOD platform works in AWS and as well as the live streaming. So mainly today we'll focus on the VOD part as mostly. We'll do some coding part as well in AWS and how actually uh, we can build a OTT platform based on AWS. So there is mainly two part, VOD and live streaming. So we'll focus today in VOD mostly. So first OTT. So we all knows, right? So there is some popular OTT platform like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and other some Indian OTT like G5, Bioscope, Trophy, Hoichoi, Bongo, whatnot actually. So lots of popular OTT platform available in our country as well as in the worldwide. So and OTT is getting popular day by day. Uh, so we need to know actually how it's working technically and how we can build that into our AWS. So what is actually OTT? So OTT is the meaning of the OTT is over the top. Basically, it means like it works without any type of cable, satellite, and anything else. So it's work with the internet. So it's a media service, basically. It's play the video content. It is deliver the video content over the internet. And there are few types of OTT like VOD, what is video on demand. Another thing is live streaming. And there are some other uh, features as well, like the messaging, voice calling. So we know most of the time say like VOD and the live streaming, right? And most of the time we see some movies and we see some web series into as like a VOD, video on demand. So how it works actually in technically. So we all know how actually Netflix works. Generally, I have to take the subscription and there are some lots of videos. I can watch any video. That's it. But how actually it works behind the scene. So this is actually a high level diagram, like how actually the video like or VOD works. Normally the OTT works in a way like it have some video content. We have to acquire some video content and process the video to make it like distributable. Store the processed video in somewhere like in some storage and distribute the video stored video into the devices. It can be like a different distribution service. It can be CDN or whatever. And based on the distribution, player can play the video into our devices. So how actually it works in AWS, how we can build the OTT or the VOD platform in AWS. So mostly we need some services called AWS Media Element, Media Convert, Elemental Media Convert, S3, Lambda, and CloudFront. So obviously this is actually a serverless way. So we will focus today in a serverless way that in that way we don't have to worry about the scaling and other things as well. So we will use the serverless to build the VOD in today's session. So how actually the media elements or the VOD works in AWS. So it has some source content. For example, if I think about the Netflix, so Netflix, some filmmaker or someone maybe need to upload their videos, their contents into somewhere in their platform. It will transport the video in a way like it will convert the video into different formats, different resolution to support in a different devices and the resolutions. So media convert do this convert process actually. So for example, we have a source file in MP4 file, which can be like 4 or 5 GB. We can split the video in a small chunk file, which is actually playable in and transferable into the um, devices. So for that, actually, we need a service called AWS Media Convert. So in that way, we can convert the video into different formatted like Apple HLS format, dash format, MP format, and other things as well. And those converted video are stored into a S3 bucket in AWS. So we can store the processed video into a bucket, and then we can distribute the uh, contents with the AWS Amazon CloudFront, which is the CDN service. So this is actually very simple. Like we'll upload some video into a S3 bucket. It will be converted and it will be stored in a different bucket, and we will deliver the contents over the internet via the CloudFront. Give me a minute. Can you hear me?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Thank you. So how actually the live streaming works in AWS? So in live streaming is actually a bit different as like the VOD. So we need to include some other services as well, like the Elemental Media Live and Media Package. So like we have some source channel where from we are getting the video content, and we have to transcode the video with Elemental Media Live in a different like bit rates and different profile. We can transport the video with AWS Media Live, and we have to use the media package as well to packaging the video for the deliverable as a deliverable content. We can convert the video as well in a different format, output format like HLS dash. So those are the most popular um, forms to provide the video to the end user device. And in the same way, we can for the CDN purpose, we can use the CloudFront as a content delivery network. And based on the CloudFront network, we can um, distribute the video into the OTT devices like mobile and apps, other things as well. So this is actually a high level diagram of how actually live streaming works. So there is a bit different how actually VOD works and how the live streaming works. As you know, like live streaming is service is like 24/7, and it is continuous process. But in video, there are some specific files where we need to upload the video and we need to play it. So today we'll mainly focus about the VOD platform. So how to build the VOD in AWS in a serverless way. So as we have said, like we have some source bucket in S3. So this is actually technical process diagram, like how we can configure the services, AWS services together to make to serve our purpose. So there will be like a source bucket, S3 bucket, where actually we'll upload the video from some front-end technology or some from application, mobile application, web platform, or whatever. So we have to upload the video into a source bucket, which is the S3 bucket. And after that, we need to convert that video. So to convert that video, we have to trigger some Lambda functions here to create the job actually. So media convert actually works based on the job. So we need to know the source and the destination format, destination and output format. So for that, actually, we will create some job by a Lambda function. So Lambda function actually creates some job for the elemental media convert. And if media convert actually maintains some queue, so in that case, like if our video has been converted successfully, we can see the log in our AWS Amazon CloudWatch. And based on the status, like if we have completed if AWS completed the conversion process, then we will trigger another Lambda function as like the job has been completed. Then we can trigger the source bucket again, maybe to delete the video or to move the video in a different layer. And also we can send some notification to our administrator or the portal manager or for whoever needs to know actually the convert process is done. So we can trigger some SNS as well from the Lambda. So as you can see, this media converted the video and it will store the converted video into a destination bucket. And from the destination bucket, actually we will serve our video via the Amazon CloudFront. So basically, this will be the straight line process. Like we'll upload some video into S3 bucket. It will go to the convert process. And from the convert process, it will store all the videos into a destination bucket. And from that destination bucket, it will serve to the end users via the CloudFront. So this is actually our process.
Sorry, Anwar bhai,
Anyone
I
asking?
think, yeah, Anwar bhai, there was a moment of silence, so I think it was interrupted the conversation. We missed you for last 10 seconds.
So should I repeat that again?
So, did you ask a question to the
No.
participants? No. I think, yeah, we lost you last 10 seconds. So I think, yeah, can you just repeat for?
Okay, sure. So we need to just remember this diagram uh, to build the code actually to build our process actually how we can build the services in AWS console. So we need to remember this diagram. So anybody have any question? If anybody have any questions or issue, you can raise or ask me. Maybe in few minutes or in few seconds, we will go to the AWS console and we'll build something. So what you need to do to build this actually. So we are trying to build some POD platform based on AWS. So we need some bucket as we have seen, like we need some source bucket. We need a Lambda functions. We need to trigger this Lambda functions from the S3 event notification. Also, we need a destination bucket and we need some IAM role definitely to convert this process to call from a service to another service. We need some Python code and we need a media convert job, which will be a JSON format. That's it. And then we'll run the code and upload the video and test it. So I think nobody have any question, right? So we understand very clearly. So let's dive into the code. Please let me know if you can see my second screen. Is it visible?
Yeah, Bhaiya, it is.
Okay, thank you. So from the S3, actually we'll create, so we are in Singapore region and we're using a AWS console to create that. We have the CloudFormation template and we can create the CLI. I think console is the best way to learn you guys. I think you will get better understand how from where actually we are getting. So we'll create some bucket here. Let me create a source bucket, for example. I don't know if this bucket is available. So it will be private button. Okay. Let me write a private. Private. So I we want to see like our actual source video cannot be downloaded anyhow. So that we have to make it private. We can name it private, or we don't need to make it private. That's it. Just create a bucket. So we have this bucket. So after that, we have seen like we have to create some Lambda function. So let me create a function here. And as we have seen, like we have to create a Python Lambda. So the runtime will be the Python, and I'm using the latest version of the Python. And that's it. So it takes a few seconds to create the function. So by this time, we have to write some code, right? So to upload this, no, why this is happening? So there is nothing actually. So this is actually hello Lambda. So we have to write some codes here. So let me write the code into my local machine. Then I will upload the codes into Lambda. Then we will run it. Let me rename it as a AWS session. So this is empty, obviously. So we have to create a file as called like lambda functions.py. Let me create that. So there is actually our function, and we have to write some code. So I think writing the code will take some time. Let me copy the code from somewhere else. Then I can explain the code actually. So this is our Python code, lambda function actually. So this is here actually we are uh, importing some library which is needed for our code operation. And actually there is a source bucket we are taking, as this lambda function will be triggered from the S3 bucket, right? Then we are taking the source bucket as well here. And actually destination bucket. So we have seen we have to create a another bucket, destination bucket. So I have already a destination bucket, so I don't need to create it. So this is actually simple. Let me go to the bucket. So this is the bucket and this is empty. So I created before this meeting actually. So this bucket is public. So what is the difference? This is actually public. So we are saying like one will be the private bucket. So from where actually nobody can access the content, actual content. And from this bucket, anybody can access the content. Or we after that we have to create another cloud front, which will be the distribution service. So we will not use the bucket URL. We will use the CDN URL from the CloudFront. But for now, for the testing, let's use this as a public bucket. So I just made it as a public. That's it. So let's use this bucket name into our code. So if I go to the code, the OTT destination bucket. So we are taking the source bucket from the event. Event is based on our uh, event notification, and we are here actually mentioning the bucket name. And obviously, as we have seen, like we need to create a role. So from IAM, I just created a role with some permissions. I'll provide the permission. Let me go to that. Yeah. What is the name? Media dash convert. So let's go to the media convert. I am. And also we are using the AP Southeast one, which is Singapore region. So enroll media convert this. So here actually I provided the S3 content. So we don't need the API gateway. I just provided it. We can remove it. So we are only attaching the S3 permission in this role actually. So we have to use a role to access the bucket, and we have to use the role into our Lambda function here. So this is our role, and this will be our region. So for the job, actually, we have some JSON job. So let me copy that. Let me create another folder here, jobs. So this is a JSON file actually. So I'll explain later, like what is actually this JSON is actually explaining. So there are some output configuration and some in a different resolution actually. So if you can see, like I have some output configuration in 360, 540, and those are the resolution actually, 720 and 1080. So I'm converting this video into different resolution. 1080. So for this, actually, we have this JSON, and we'll use this JSON into the code. So here is the template, job convert job.json. So we have to just make sure like the path. And that's it. We are processing this JSON in a different way. Like we have to take all the JSON syntax, and we have to create some convert client for the to create the job actually. And we are setting the JSON file, and we are creating the job. That's it. So this Lambda function is basically responsible for the creating the job. So if I go to the presentation again, if you can remember my previous slide, like this one. So we have created the source bucket, and we are now creating the Lambda function. So this will actually responsible to create the element media convert uh, job actually. So our code is done. Then we have to upload this code into our Lambda functions. So let me do that. So I can do that from here actually as well, or we can do that in terminal. Let me do that from terminal. So we have to make a zip for this file, and we have to upload this code into a. Uh, so let me zip this file. So let me provide a name function.zip, and I'll convert everything from this folder actually as a zip. So as you can see, our zip is done. So we just created all the files as a zip, and then we have to upload the uh, files into our Lambda. So here is actually our command. This is the AWS CLI command. You can see, right? Or this is very small. I don't know. So we are upload. Hello.
We can hear you, Anwar Bhai. You can continue. Yes.
Thank you. So this is actually AWS CLI command. Actually, we are updating the code from a Lambda functions. This is the Lambda function name, convert job. So this is the convert job name, and we are uploading the file as function.zip. And as I have set it a different profiles in my terminal, then I'm just make sure like which profile will be used. So that's it. If I run this command, so this is actually uploaded. So if I go to the console again, so let me refresh that to see how actually function is uploaded or not. As you can see, like our code is here, and our jobs is as well here. So in the jobs, there is a convert job.json, and as we have used the job slash convert job.json. So our Lambda function is done. Now we have to trigger this Lambda function from our S3 bucket. So, so if anybody have any question, please don't hesitate to ask me anytime.
I
So
don't think
from
there
our
is a question. Yeah, let's continue.
sure. So from the source bucket, actually, we have to create an event trigger, event notification. So let me create event notification. So let me name it like convert job. I'm assuming like we'll only upload the video content, or we can like make sure like which content will be the deployed. Okay. So from here, actually, we'll put the event type. We can check the put, and we can check the multi-part upload completed. So those are the event we need to make sure like our Lambda has been called for this event. And so this is actually event type, and we need to select the destination from where actually we are getting the event notification. So as you can see, the destination will be a Lambda functions, and we need to select the Lambda functions here. Convert job. Yeah, that's it. So we are confirming that anything we can upload, we have to upload some video here, and it will trigger automatically our Lambda functions, this one. And based on the convert job JSON, it will trigger some media convert job actually. So media convert works as based on the job. So as you can see, like there is some jobs. So we have tested different videos. That's why there are some jobs. So the last job is like 15.9. So let me upload a different video. Then we can check like if new job has been created there. So let me upload a video. It's a small video downloaded from internet, nothing complicated. So it is uploading. By this time, we'll get some notification. We have seen like we need the CloudWatch log, right? So where we can see like our function is working or not. So if we go to the CloudWatch, so in log group, there will be some Lambda functions called convert job, this one. So let me delete the old files. As you can see, our uploaded is completed, right? So it will trigger some media convert job. Let me check if there is any media convert job. Not yet. So it will not create actually because we did not provide the permission into our Lambda functions to access the media convert. So we need to provide that access. So let me provide that. So let me add a permission. Media convert. So let me for the testing, let me provide the full access. So our fast upload actually not working because we did not provide the permission. So let me delete the video again. Let me upload again. And after uploaded completed, actually we'll see some log into CloudWatch. So if I refresh there is no logs. So uploaded done. So I can check in two way. I can go to the CloudWatch log. There are some log created, as you can see. If I open the log, if there is any error, I can see the error. So there is a error, obviously. Yeah, access denied. So media convert description. Our permission is not correct actually. We have to go to this log. So we have provided the media convert access. You can see there is the access AWS media element, media convert, S3 and IAM. And I have to test it again. So this video has been uploaded completely. And I can see the log as well again. Oh, actually, this role actually need to access the media convert. So edit this. Zero, right? So like convert job role, convert job not authorized to perform this media, yeah. Or we can create a new role. I think it is better to create a new service role, AWS service, and we have to use the media convert. Media convert. So we have to change this ARN into our code. Let me go to the code again. Retrieve and upload again. If I can reload the screen. Yeah, this has been a new role, media convert role. So now let's check again. I will upload again another video. Let me delete the existing video. this video has been uploaded successfully. And we have to check the console. Yeah, there is a different log. See, there are no errors. So let me check the media convert role. So there is our video. So there is a job actually, and this is also completed. Like if you can check the time, 12:44, 12:44, 45. So this is our job. We have uploaded this video, and the job is actually completed. So this is our actually input video. We uploaded the video actually. AWS session OTT is our bucket, and this is our video. And those are the output formats. So we have written in the JSON format for those output format actually. So we are expecting this video will be converted into different resolution. As you can see in the YouTube, like we can in a different bandwidth, we can select the resolution or based on the bandwidth, the browser player actually switch the resolution. So for that, actually, we need to create different resolution from this input video. So we are creating like these are 4 different resolution from a single video. And actually there are some thumbnail as well. So we are creating some thumbnail for the from the video actually. So those are the output group, output and output details from this conversion group. If I go to click the output details or HLS, I can see the output, the converted videos actually. So those are the converted videos, you can see. So from where actually, if I go to the buckets again, so as we have seen, like we have a public bucket, this one. So there is a video name. And into this default, actually we have 2 folder, HLS and thumbnail. And into the HLS, we have all the converted video. So as per our name, actually, there is a like 1080, 360, 540, and those for all of those resolution video. And this is actually main video. We can play all this resolution into a player. If I check this, actually, let me go to a HLS player. If I provide the URL here, yeah, it is playing. So our output actually the MCU8 is actually the template file, the master file. It is playing into the HLS player. Right? And I can play as well like other format as well. If I want to play like 1080, and this is our URL, and I can play the video as well. So this is playing actually directly from the S3 bucket, as you have seen. You can see like this is the S3 URL. We can play this video using CloudFront. For that, actually, we need to create a CloudFront, and we can just uh, select this bucket as a source content actually. So for the testing, I think it's better to use the bucket URL. You can see it's playing the 1080 resolution. So all of those actually resolution can be playable independently. So that's it from my side. If anybody have any question, you can ask.
Do we have any question? I think Anwar Bhai has explained really well, like how to add resources, run the codes, and then deploy. So how many professionals are there who's practicing AWS in this webinar? Can we raise some hand just to see who has idea about AWS? Okay, okay, wonderful. So I'm seeing 7, 8. The number is increasing. So 8 people knows about AWS. So others are learning or Just newly adopting, I'm assuming. Okay, I see. So, do you guys have any specific question to Anwar Bhai? So Anwar Bhai has been working with this VOD and OTT platform, and he has done several projects with enterprises. And if you have any specific question, if you have already worked with OTT platform or you are interested to learn, of course, we're going to share this video today, today's session with you after um, the pricing of media conversion. So, what do you mean by pricing of media conversion via? Can you be a bit specific? So, if you're talking about what is the media conversion charge in AWS, that's pretty much you can find out over the calculator. The resources you're using based on the resource, AWS is charging you for media conversion. The rate of rate of file or storage that you're trying to convert is gonna be the factor for charge. Uh, Any does that answer the question?
Yeah, definitely. So, and most interestingly, it is completely serverless. So we don't have to think about the scaling as well. And the pricing actually based on the video length actually and the resolution and how many conversion different resolution we are converting the video. So
Right.
based on the minutes, like length of the video, AWS actually taking the price. But I think this is a very less amount in terms of uses. So as it is as like a serverless, so you have to pay for how many you are using.
Okay. Another most important thing, I think, what we miss most of the time whenever we're building upon any cloud platform, irrespective of I'm not being specific to one vendor only. So for public cloud, what is happening whenever we're trying to adopt or build on it, sometimes we miss the standard practices, the best practices, how to implement different resources or how to configure different resources for our application purpose and make it more cost optimized version so that we can minimize our cost to the level which is sort of bearable for us. So this is missing most of the time. Specifically in Bangladesh, I'm seeing a lot of people are not hiring professionals. At least for consultancy purpose, we should at least tag a part-time consultant whenever we're trying to build a project. So I have this cases I've seen in recent times that people are coming and saying that we have built this application on AWS and it's being very expensive for us. uh, what to do? Then we are reviewing that architecture and we're finding out that many of the cases they are doing oversizing since whenever we are deploying our application on site in our local data centers, so it has different configuration and it has different standard whenever we're thinking about cloud platforms like AWS, which are international public cloud providers. So for them, there are most efficient hardwares are being used, and then the configuration is also up to us. We start with small, and then we scale up. That is the beauty of cloud. So another question was, yeah, is there any scope for unit testing while writing the code for this OTT?
Yeah,
If I,
definitely.
yeah,
So as we are writing some Lambda code, Python code into a Lambda, so we can write the unit test as well with this Lambda.
okay. And then Rafid Bhai also questioning that how can we restrict access to video URLs for each specific user?
Okay. So we have to use the CloudFront URL, right? So two way we can restrict the URL like for the specific user. Uh, so we can use the sign cookie from the AWS CloudFront, where we will use the sign cookie from the browser. In that way, like it can be secured, right? And alternately, we can configure a different domain for it. Like it is only accessible from the from some uh, application, right? And so to protect the video actually, so what we did not discuss in today's session is actually the DRM. So to protect the content, actually the big part is playing the role is actually the DRM part. So it's a digital right management system. So for that, actually, you have to take some license from somewhere like the Whitevine, PlayReady, and some Player Play. So there are lots of mostly popular these three. One is from Google, and another is from Microsoft, another is from the Apple, Whitevine, PlayReady, and Fairplay. So we have to take those license from the provider to protect the content actually. In that way, you can integrate the DRM into our elemental media convert process. In that way, like all the video will be encrypted and you cannot play except you have the keys, right? But for the testing, as I have seen, like for the testing, you can use the sign cookie to restrict the access. Tafid, I think you can carry on, right?
I would like to know how we can avoid
That answers my question.
Okay, thank you so much. Any other question left or is partially answered? Please do raise your hand or unmute yourself and right away ask to Anwar Bhai or me.
I would like to know how we can avoid vendor locking as we are using different services. We might need to move to different cloud providers.
Sorry, Riazul Bhai, I think I missed some of your words. The noise is a bit, there are a bit noise in your background. So can you please kindly write it down, the question, so that we can understand better? Sorry for the hassle. Yeah.
I would like to know how we can avoid the vendor locking in AWS.
Vendor login.
Locking.
Vendor
Uh,
login.
in future, we might need to move to another cloud provider like IBM or Google Cloud Azure.
Okay. Vendor login. So you are talking about how to lock the vendor so that you can take your
Okay,
No,
no, no.
we
yeah.
can
I mean,
avoid. How
Okay,
we
okay.
can avoid.
Yeah, Mizan Bhai is there. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So, what I understand, you wanted to know like how we can avoid vendor locking so that you are not like once you are in one public cloud, even if you want to go into another public cloud, you are not being able to do that. Am I getting your point?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, Anwar, yeah, please.
Uh,
So yeah, maybe open source, I mean, not any services is specific to a cloud, that kind of direction, if you can share about that.
I'm actually a bit confused about the question. So
Okay, let me clarify. I mean, for instance, different public cloud has their own offerings. Like for AWS, they have their own services developed and maintained by them only. For instance, if I come into DynamoDB and Mongo, DynamoDB is like if you start using DynamoDB, then you are locked into AWS. But if you use Mongo, then you can move this Mongo to different cloud if you want. So Bhaiya wants to know, like in this direction, like is there any feedback from your end so that there is no vendor locking that once someone starts with a one cloud, he is not stick with it even if he wants.
yeah, definitely. So for this, like we are using mostly three services here. S3, I think you can see my screen, right? So it is S3. It is fully like as a bucket object storage. So different cloud provider provide the different type of cloud object storage. But if you want to build something as like you, so you can choose some application, open source application to build the object storage, and you can use that. But it is highly recommended to use the cloud provider one because uh, in as like you have to manage your infrastructure, right? But for the AWS one, you don't have to manage infrastructure, and you are not worrying about the security, scaling, sizing, this size, whatnot actually. So if you want to build something like not the cloud specific, you can build your own solution in somewhere like on premises, or you can choose some EC2 instance, or you can build the service anywhere actually. This is actually for all the services. Like AWS comes with a convert process, which is media convert, and probably there are some services for Google as well, and Azure can provide some services. But if you want to manage, obviously there are some application uh, need to work in the background to convert this process. So if you want to build something from the scratch, actually, you have to manage the infrastructure. So in that way, you can avoid like the cloud services. But we will definitely recommend to use the cloud provider, cloud service services to avoid the hassle like managing the infrastructure and all the things. Do you got? Is that clear, or you have any question? Any more
Got it.
question?
I've got it, but it is not serverless, not scalable if I manage my own server. I was wondering how can I utilize that AWS has media convert and GCP has transporter API. We need some kind of API which is not specific to like AWS. If we want to move from media convert to transporter API, which is in GCP, that should be easily doable. But right now, that there is no solution I have seen. There are some new companies doing that, but not used much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you want to use the cross-platform, right? You want to use something from AWS and you want to use the transporter from Google, you can integrate this. All of those services actually provide that provision to use only service. Like if I use the S3, but for the transporter purpose, I can use the Google transporter, right? So there have the provision like as like media convert provides some URL where you can in, trigger the endpoint from a different vendor from something like GCP storage or Azure storage. Right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Also, Yazul Bhai, we are seeing a lot of multi-cloud practices all over the globe. Not only Bangladesh is concerned about it. People are using different vendors and different services from different vendors and making a robust application which serves their business. So yeah, it's a possibility, but then again, it's the choice is all yours and you have the full leverage on it. Um, is there any other question that you have that we can answer?
I have seen that AWS has Singapore region and Mumbai region. There are
Mhm.
two times price difference. Like
Mhm.
one server is where month $8 price in Mumbai. That
Yeah,
server, same server in Singapore cost like $16.
yeah,
There is very difference in region.
yeah, yeah. There, I think we probably not the best person to answer for it. But then again, why it is so high? We have the idea. It's because Singapore is the hub for Southeast Asia, and everyone is trying to get Singapore region because of the latency that we get. It's the it's higher than Mumbai. So which is why most of the cases, if you are not very paranoid about the time and latency, then you can obviously choose Mumbai to like you know to sort of decrease your cost to a certain level. But Singapore is mostly being used by Bangladeshi customers. As of our experiences, mostly the enterprises and SMB, everyone likes to go with Singapore region because of the latency part. Yeah.
If I may add here, I mean, uh, regarding different prices, like for instance, if I consider maybe McDonald's in Bangladesh, for instance, maybe the pricing of a burger in McDonald's, I mean, in US the price might be like maybe $3.99, but for in Bangladesh might be it would be 500 or 600 taka. I mean, so because there is lots of other attributes there, like logistics, different provisioning. Like for instance, if I consider about cooling part, like I mean, in US, the infrastructure is already there. I mean, the power capacity and everything, the same capacity if we would like to have in other region, like maybe you might need to have more effort, more kind of investment, more financial capacity to run that. I mean, there are lots of reasons. Just I'm trying to share like the perspective. So that's why different region we see different pricing, and we also, I mean, since from Bangladesh part. Singapore is we see the lowest latency we see, but definitely you can plan. I mean, if you see that your service can be like you have global audience, then maybe having your capacity in US region might be interesting because you would see lower price there. So yeah, it's your decision, and due to different logistics and other different attributes, we see this difference. But yeah, as I have seen. It's Riazul asked about it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mizan Bhai. We are about, I think we are about the near end for today's webinar of ours. I hope we could share our experiences and we could help you guys to understand and question a bit better from before. And even after this webinar, if you are interested to learn more and want to know more about the OTT or VOD platform development, how we can always help you with consultancy. So feel free to reach out. Also, we are doing free well-architected review, being the advanced well-architected partner of AWS in Bangladesh and also over other 7 countries. So feel free if you want to audit your workload with our certified reviewers. We are happy to help you with that uh, side as well. So if there is no other question, I would like to thank all of you. And I want to close the session by saying that we really appreciate that you joined and asked the questions. And it was really interactive just for your presence. So thank you very much. We're going to come up with more good newses and more offers from our end. Please feel free to share if you have any question you have after this webinar as well. So thank you so much. Thank you, Anwar Bhai. Thank you, Mizan Bhai. Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Thank you, Apu. Thank you all the participants for joining today's session. And thank you, Mizan Bhai, for the question answer.
My pleasure.